Oh, I don't know how I should sit.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fantasy Q&A. I'm Patrick Claybon. He's Adam Rank. I have several holes in my shirt, and if you pay close attention to the show, you may see them on the broadcast. It's the playoffs, Rank. How things going?
It's good. I'm bummed out because I didn't make my playoffs in the League of Record, but my team is so good. That's one of the things that, like, when you don't make the playoffs and you look at your team and you're like, this is a really good team. Sometimes luck gets the better of you. You do what you do, but I think all my team's so solid.
Yeah, especially injury luck, and we hate all of the injuries that happened on Monday Night Football, especially
That was awful.
Especially Kyler Murray, who actually dinged Kareem Falcone is our star researcher, was #1 in our league. She just lost Kyler Murray, and now it's of course the injury is worse for Kyler, worse for the Cardinals. But everybody's going to have to be shuffling to figure out what they're going to do with regards to some of these. So we're going to get to it here by starting with your questions. Send them to us at NFL Fantasy. First up from Jeff Davidson, is Nick Chubb broken? No.
Nick Chubb is fine. I don't know what's changed over the last 2 weeks, but there's something going on over the last. I can't quite put my finger on it. But there's something different about the Browns over the last 2 weeks, and I don't like it. And I'll be honest with you, I have Nick Chubb in a very important league, and I'm concerned, and I blame only myself.
Yeah.
Because I knew what the change was going to be. And I'm like, why did I do this? Like,
and we still had hope, right, that the run game would be able to go. For those who were having a great season from Amari Cooper, and it was like, oh, yeah, this is the thing that changed that we can't quite name or notice. Is bad just for the total Browns offense. But no, Nick Chubb is not broken.
No. He's an excellent player.
Nick Chubb.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him and Amari Cooper and David Njoku and all these guys. And Jacoby Brissett, who is actually playing well.
Yeah, very well. More well than a couple of guys that play in SoFi Stadium, probably. Bruce City asks, is Dobbins safe going forward as RB2?
Well, I know you love the Ravens, but J.K. Dobbins is a good player. Yeah. He's another one of those guys that when he's ever available and ready to go, and I was sitting there Sunday morning so happy trying to figure out who do I want out of Gus. Same league that I have Nick Chubb in. Do I want Gus Edwards? Do I want Kenny? Oh, J.K. Dobbins is playing. Never mind. It's going to be over. I think once J.K. Dobbins is healthy and he's there, you start him. He's got the Saturday game on NFL Network. By the way, in case you're unaware, 3 games on NFL Network on Saturday, which is going to be amazing. I love this game, and I think this is going to be a big J.K. Dobbins game.
Specifically, plays like the one before this one that we just showed if you're watching the video version of our show. J.K. Dobbins made that cut on one leg.
Yeah.
He's the chance that he's going to get more healthy as the season goes on is slim and none.
Right.
But it just shows how talented of a football player that he is. Want the best for him. I think, I agree with Rank. He's safe going forward. Let's get to another running back question. This one a little more absurd. Is ETN still reliable?
I mean, yeah. You know what? He is. And this is exactly what we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks. If you've been paying attention, we said that we love Travis Etienne. We think he's a good player. He's going to be very good. But you know what? Once he got dinged up a little bit, we thought that Jacksonville would be a little apprehensive to overuse him so much. And you see, obviously, we're going to run plays like this. But I really thought, like, in this game, if this was a team really – and you know what's weird is that Jacksonville is actually pushing for the playoffs. Now, it's an outside shot because they got the Dallas Cowboys this week. But they're still in the mix. Like, they could conceivably be playing the Titans in Week 18 for an opportunity to win the AFC South. It could work out that way. But I still believe in Travis Etienne. Like Patrick said, it's very difficult for these guys to get completely healthy during the course of the season. But I understand what Jacksonville's doing, and they are playing it slow.
Yeah,
it's fine.
If you would like a case to be made, the Dallas Cowboys pressure percentage is still above 35%.
Yeah.
If you would like to keep Trevor Lawrence from getting smashed by Micah Parsons, one thing that you could do is give the ball to Travis Etienne. I think there is some hope that you could get a nice Etienne game despite the fact that they're playing.
That's a good call.
Very good defense. Next question. Thank you, Julian, for the question. Comes from Jacob. Mike Williams or Garrett Wilson as a flex? Hill and St. Brown are obvious starters. Humble brag from Jacob. Look at the squad that Jacob has.
I love that. So Mike Williams has got a pretty – gosh, you know what? I thought that was pretty automatic when I read it. Because I'm like, oh, like Garrett Wilson's going up against the Detroit Lions. We saw what Justin Jefferson was able to do. But Mike Williams has got a great matchup against the Tennessee Titans. Still, with all that being said, I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson. Oh, was I setting you up? I do love both of them. But if there's one team that could like not play well this week after having a huge win over the Miami Dolphins, it's the Chargers. And so I love Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson's game is really good. I expect the Jets to win this one somewhat handedly. And so I'm going to go Garrett Wilson. It's a difficult question.
Yeah.
Just why they're asking.
Yeah, ultimately, Jacob's problem is that he has too many good fantasy football players.
I'm not sad for him.
Yeah. Rub it in our faces. I kind of lean Big Mike on there. So, yeah, we're split.
I wouldn't put up enough of a, like, ferocious argument to be like, no, there's no way. Like, yeah, all right, that works too.
All right, thank you, Jacob. We hate
Follow
you.
your gut sometimes.
Trade. Yeah, use your gut to make that incredible team. So you should stick with it. Ty says, should I give up on Mike Evans? He's hurting after that game in Santa Clara.
I know. You know what I would do? You know who should give up on Mike Evans? Hytham, give me my single. You know who should give up on the Mike Evans? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you know where you should send him? Chicago. Think about last year. Amari Cooper goes to Cleveland for a 6th-round pick. I think that's what the Buccaneers should do. Send Mike Evans to Chicago for a 6th-round pick. Now, if you look at this play that we're seeing right here, had that play counted, and they probably should have eaten that penalty because it would have been fun.
Yeah. Just give the Bucs some
life
points.
is different. But then, like, there's a lot of things going on. Tom Brady was almost chirping at Mike Evans, which I didn't care for, to be perfectly honest with you. And there seems to be some disconnect, but that's the kind of thing that happens. And then this week, Mike Evans gets 30 targets, and everybody's happy again. You know what? Maybe this is what we should do on Chilbra. I don't think I put Mike Evans in there. Let me check with our producer.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll make the adjustment. Here, a little inside baseball. A little peek behind.
This is where we do our production meetings.
Yeah, this is actually
we're like
a fantasy live meeting. Thanks for the question, Ty. But yeah, keep.
You want to be on the inside? It's cool.
All right. So
how do I look? How do my arms look here?
Your arms, are they there?
Thin? I don't want to look. I don't know. I don't need to look like Brad Pitt from Snatch.
Carved out of granite.
Maybe Lance Armstrong from Dodgeball. I'd go for that. That guy, what? He was slim in that movie.
When we come back on Fantasy Q&A.
Was he not? Was he obese?
Armstrong.
Parker, tell me.
Well, anyway, it's winter go home, so we're blasting through as many of your lineup questions as we can. Plus, can you trust Dak and Tua with the season on the line? That's coming up here on Fantasy Q&A. NFL Plus is here, which means no matter where you are, this is how you football. You can stream live, local, and primetime games on your phone or tablet, 45-minute game replays with NFL Plus Premium, and more. This is the NFL for every fan. This is football freedom. This is your game on the go. Go to plus.nfl.com and sign up now. It is time for our favorite part of the show. Rapid fire. Rank, are you ready?
This is where I legitimately go rapid fire. Sorry.
All right. 2 minutes are going on the clock. We got our first question. It's coming up right now. Tristan says in the playoffs, Pacheco or Foreman?
I like Deontay Foreman. I think the Panthers are going to be making a push for the postseason. We saw Jerick McKinnon have a big game. I think that's who the Chiefs like.
All right. Next question. Thank you, Tristan. Comes from Diego. Jamal Williams, droppable? No.
He's available to drop. Just don't do it. Keep him on your roster. Maybe not playing this week against the Jets, but keep him on your roster.
Leading the league in touchdowns. We're going to drop him. Thanks, Diego. Ryan says, heading to the fantasy playoffs, can Tom Brady be trusted?
No. And I also don't trust him for fantasy either.
There it is. Ding, ding. Matthew says, does Kittle start at TE or switch to other options?
Matthew, who are you starting over him? Travis Kelce? Like, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of guys. Chiga Konkwa, Evan Ingram, Travis Kelce seem to be like the only 3 guys I would trust over him.
Yep, not a lot. Thank you. This was Saquon for MVP. Why do I start Amari Cooper on the road?
He's a good NFL player.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that his quarterback sucks, but he's a good NFL player.
Yeah, the home road thing is so weird. Sebastian says, are Mahomes and Kelce divorced? They were never married.
Here's a thing, Sebastian. It turns out opposing defensive coordinators watch the Chiefs and are like, maybe we should stop 87. I know it's been 9 years, but they finally might have found the key. Still
They
trust
know his
him.
jersey number now. D Crew 17, time to bench Waddle?
D Crew, I would need to see your full roster, but he doesn't really fall into the must start category for me anymore, especially while Tua is still struggling. But still, it's a case by case instance.
Thank you, D
Give us a little
Crew.
bit more
This one
context.
comes from Al. What the hell did I do if Derek Carr as the playoffs start? How did you get to the playoffs?
How did you get to the playoffs? I feel like this is a bounce back game. I think we're going to see a lot of. He's going to go back to Devontae Adams this week. I think he's okay. Wait, hold on.
Sounds like a
Tuesday
good idea. While you
mornings.
check, Joe says, will
double
DJ Chark continue his scoring?
You know what? He's a must pickup. He's probably one of the top ads of the week for me. He's got the Jets this week,
Yeah.
which means don't start him.
Yeah. Not this week, but maybe when it's time to come to win a championship and you need to watch that number 16 jersey with that Honolulu blue out there, dicing up defenses.
But the home road thing absolutely applies to Jared Goff.
It does? You think it's the dome?
Yeah.
He needs to be indoors.
Yeah.
There it is.
Sometimes, don't you have an indoor cat sometimes? Like, there's indoor cats in the world, and Jared Goff is an indoor cat. Put him outside. Let's see he could prove me wrong this week in the Meadowlands. I will shut up about it. If he goes out there and dials up the Jets, then I will say, I am sorry, Jared Goff. You're Joe Montana.
I need that as an audio drop. Jared Goff is an indoor cat.
Yeah, by the way, that's mine, people. I don't want to sit here and listen to SiriusXM and hear a bunch of you. No, I like most people on SiriusXM. It's a good listen. I'm just teasing. Most of you.
Most of you who are watching, you can see I have 3 fingers up. We have 3 big questions going into the fantasy playoffs. So we start rank.
Number 1, are my arms thin?
Yes. Now we have 4 big questions.
4 big
Well,
questions.
1 little question because Rank's arms.
It's a little question.
It's slight, very slight. Dak Prescott had 1 touchdown and 13 fantasy points against the Texans, the mighty Texans. Will Dak bounce back this week against the Jags?
Yeah, I really do think so. I think this is a pretty good matchup for Dak Prescott. I think that some people in this room feel like he is going to be the number 1 quarterback this week. There's actually 2 of us. Unfortunately, only one of us could have that answer, but that's exactly who I was looking at. There's some things about the NFL about, I know Patrick doesn't believe this, but they're human beings. And sometimes when you see the Texans on the schedule, you're not as hyped. You know what I'm saying? Like if you tell me we're going to go see a picture and it's Star Wars Episode 9, I'm not going to be excited about it. But if you tell me it's Hot Tub Time Machine, I'm in. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm going to turn up Autograph, turn up the radio. For Dak Prescott, I think the Cowboys had their scare, and they're like, oh, yeah, we need to treat this seriously. The good news is Trevor Lawrence has been playing so well, you cannot sleep on that team. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for Dak Prescott to bounce back.
And just for clarity's sake, I do believe that they're human.
I don't know sometimes.
I
You don't
believe
believe
that
in
they're human,
momentum.
which is why I don't think they can turn on and off the effort button. I think despite the Texans being 1-11-1, they have professionals too, and every once in a while, you just take a blind swing and knock it out of the park, and I think that's what Houston did with 2 quarterbacks. Right?
Of course. They had to do something to mix it up.
Or it was Jeff Driscoll. It was just all Jeff Driscoll.
Patty Driscoll? Not Patty Driscoll.
Not Patty
It was him,
Driscoll.
the former Racing Cardinal.
Question number 2, Brock Purdy had the epic first career start, carving up Brady's Bucks to the tune of 3 touchdowns and 21 fantasy points, which Adam Rank predicted well before that game kicked off. Are you bold enough to start Purdy on Thursday night against the Seahawks with the season on the line?
I don't hate it, especially if you've lost Kyler Murray, if you had Lamar Jackson. Depending on how desperate you are at quarterback, I think there's a case to be made for starting Brock Purdy. But I think that what we saw out of him was that he was still I guess a lot of quarterbacks this year are this way, but he's going to be limited as a passer. Like he's not going to throw for 404 touchdowns. The Seahawks defense is going to play much better than what we saw out of Tampa Bay. Brock also got a rushing touchdown, which you can't count on. I think 250-2 is about where I would expect him to land this week. So if that's going to be good enough for you, then I would go ahead and start him. But I wouldn't expect him to be somebody who's going to throw for 400 yards or something like that.
Yeah, it has been disappointing to watch the Seahawks defense kind of fall off
Just a little bit.
in the last few weeks. So maybe if you're feeling froggish, put Brock in there. This one is the 3rd question, our final question. Tua had 13 points against the 49ers 2 weeks ago, 12 points against the Chargers on Sunday night. Now they have a Saturday night matchup in a very cold Buffalo. Are you starting to?
Wait, do you believe in the home roads for the
Well,
it's different.
when you're a team from Miami and you spend 2 weeks in California and then you go across the country to
Right.
play in Buffalo, I think that matters.
That's why, I don't think it's wrong to say that. The Amari Cooper thing, I'm with you. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But for like Jared Goff, who's an indoor cat, for Tua, who is a sun cat, I think I'm very worried about this. Yeah, I would actually be looking at other options. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He's like
Before the show, we were talking about the weather thing, and I said we can't talk about these players as if they're Pokemon and they get powers in certain times. But now you're saying that Tua's a sun cat.
Sun cat, yeah. It's got to be very sunny. Like it was overcast in Santa Clara, and it didn't work out. It really wasn't. But you know what? I think that Mike McDaniel is going to get something going. I have confidence overall, but there are certain times where the matchups you look at and you're like, you know what? Like I just don't know how much production he's going to be able to get. I think it's going to be very cold. It's very difficult for these receivers when it's cold. Hopefully we can get a good contest out of Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr. if he plays. So I really don't like starting Tua this week. I like him overall. This is not a condemnation on him as an NFL quarterback, but there are times when you get these guys out there and this isn't the right matchup for him. This is why, like, you know, this is where the running quarterbacks were a big part of their game. Where you see like Justin Fields and Josh Allen and players like that, Jalen Hurts, like because they have that floor of running, which is always so good, which is always so helpful in situations like this.
Yeah, because sometimes it's not going to work, and we saw that with Josh Allen against the Jets. If it doesn't work and you're 6'5", 250 pounds,
Yeah.
you can occasionally go flying through the air and score a touchdown, which Josh Allen can do. Tua does not have that option at all times.
Not quite there.
So a little bit tough at times. Coming up, the playoffs will be huge, but are we benching Mark Andrews? Are you making that decision at this point? And is Brandon Ayuk a must start while Debo's out? The answers to those questions and more when Fantasy Q&A returns. Coming up, Saturday football returns to the NFL on December 17th, and NFL Network is your home for an exclusive triple header. The Colts take on the Vikings at 1 o'clock Eastern, followed by Ravens-Browns at 4, then a huge divisional showdown in prime time as the Dolphins battle the Bills at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a Saturday showdown triple header all day next Saturday, only on NFL Network and also streaming on your phone or tablet on NFL Plus. Welcome back to Fantasy Q&A. Patrick Claybon, Adam Rank. Are you ready? Are you excited for Saturday?
I love Saturday football. I think when the NFL calendar comes up and we've got Saturday games, I think it's amazing.
That's one more game.
What
Maybe
are we gonna
easier
do?
on the players, too. I'm all about it. A few more fan questions. Matt says, what to do about Mark Andrews in the playoffs? The Ravens do play Saturday.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's Tony Brown's going to be the quarterback, right? Like that's the most difficult thing. Is if Lamar, but it's still, like we've talked about this plenty of times, it is still the offense that funnels everything to the tight end. Again, we went over a list of tight ends earlier this show. Kelsey, Evan Ingram, Kittle, Chega Conqua. I think those are the guys that right now I would have over Mark Andrews.
Yeah, it's still, even when things are bad, Mark Andrews is still going to get 6, 7, 8
I
points.
know. I have a hard time benching him.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine he went digging into the waiver wire recently either.
This next question comes from Mr. Crane. Do you think Evan Ingram will continue this kind of production? I don't know about that kind.
Well, I mean, like 40 points, probably not. But here's the thing, and we talked about this in the preseason. This is one of the guys that we really loved coming into this year because when you went back and looked at the production of the Philadelphia Eagles tight ends when Doug Peterson was the coach, they were excellent. Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, both those guys performed really well with Doug Peterson as the head coach. It took a couple of weeks to get going. I think people got impatient because, I don't know, they expect these coaches to come in and take over and then week one be fully installed, be fully ready to go. But no, this is so 40 points, no, but I mean, like, he's going to be a top 5 guy consistently. So I love Evan Ingram.
Yeah, fun offense, fun player. Let's go to Matthew. How are we feeling about Ayuk?
I like him. I really do. I feel like, it was just a pecking order thing. And I think San Francisco's got to be creative in how they distribute the football. We saw that last week. Even though Brock Purdy was having an excellent game, he was getting everybody involved. And I think once with Deebo Samuel out, Brandon Ayuk steps up, and he's a player that I got to get into my lineups in most situations.
good on Brandon Ayuk. We hate that Devo's out, but considering how Ayuk has played, especially in some of these one-on-one matchups with some really good cornerbacks, he's had a fantastic season. You don't always see it because it's not the nature of the offense, but I like Brandon Ayuk.
Some people would call him touchdown dependent, which is okay, but I think you know what you're getting at this point. He was the wide receiver 28 on the week. I would expect him a little bit higher, but again, low end wide receiver 2, high end wide receiver 3. I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
What did you draft him for?
That's what it is, and that's the role that he serves, and the role that we're about to serve is to bring you some thoughts that you, under no circumstance, should try to contact us on any venue about, especially social media website, twitter.com. It's Don't At Me, a spicy Week 15 prediction. What is yours, Mr. Rank?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Matt Ryan will be a top 5 fantasy quarterback this week going up against the Minnesota Vikings. We saw last week what Jared Goff was able to do against this team. And really over the last number of weeks, as the Vikings defense has battled injuries, quarterbacks have done pretty well against them. And I look at Matt Ryan, and I know a lot of us look at him this season and be like, listen, he's pretty mid. He's on his way out. He's at the end of his career. It's like watching The Wrestler, and you see Randy the Ram show up 20 years after his heyday. And I'm not saying that, it's going to be as, dire as the way that movie ended, but Matt Ryan has found a way to rise to the occasion 3 times this year. 3+ matchups for him. He was able to get to the top rope and deliver the elbow. I truly believe that Matt Ryan does it again this week.
He's going up. He's dropping the
elbow. And if anybody can find the red Motley Crue t-shirt that Marissa Tomei was wearing in that movie, let me know. Because I had one as a youth.
As a ute?
As a ute. Oh, bringing it together. Yeah. I can't find it on Etsy, any of these vintage t-shirt shops. It's bugging me.
Yeah. Or if Marissa Tomei would like to actually provide Rank with that
that would be acceptable.
Which would fit because Rank's arms.
Yeah, my arms would fit out.
Very skinny. My Don't At Me, after a couple of weeks of being wrong on the Don't At Me, I feel great about this one. Derrick Henry will have 200 rushing yards against the Chargers. And if you're thinking, but Patrick, the Chargers defense played well last week. Miami ran the ball 19 times and got 92 yards. That's 4.8 yards a carry. How do I know? Because I was just frantically doing the math 45 seconds ago. They still can't stop the run. And unlike Miami, Tennessee will give the ball to Derrick Henry because like it's literally the only thing that they can do.
Even when they fall behind.
Because their defense is bad. Their pass defense is bad. They can stop the run. They can't stop people from throwing to the running back. So the only thing, the best thing they can do, which I don't know why they take him off the field on 3rd down, give the ball to Derrick Henry every single time. I think they'll have 200 yards.
I don't like the myth that Derrick Henry can't catch the football. I've seen him catch it plenty.
Yes.
That's on them. I feel like when he's in Chicago next year, that they will use him as a receiver out of the backfield. Who have I already talked about? Like Jerry Jeudy, Derrick Henry. Everybody is a bear.
Yeah, you're assembling the squad.
I think a lot of people want to go play with Justin Fields.
And right, the format is there. The Philadelphia Eagles had a young quarterback who could make plays, and they surrounded him with talent.
Yeah.
What? People do that? They don't have Pat Ricard running dig routes?
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway.
If only the Bears had salary cap space. Oh, wait, they do.
So that's it for us here on Fantasy Q&A. We hope you join us next week. They had another edition of Fantasy Q&A coming up on Friday. But for Adam Rank, I'm Patrick Claybon, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
You won't.